Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and friends.
Good evening.
Again. Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and friends.
Good evening.
More.
More.
Make it more loud. Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and friends.
Good evening.
Yun. So tonight is another night of fun and learning. Last week, two of our members talked to each other and they come up with something like they want to come up with a team wherein they can jive both their speeches. And mind you, fellow Toastmasters, that these two members are just a baby member. The one just completed just only 3 speeches, and the other one about to deliver his 3rd speech tonight. But I find it so interesting that from them, they come up with this kind of idea. They come up with this kind of idea wherein no one else tried. So for that, I congratulate you. So since we don't have a guest, so I'm not going to go to the common introducing or giving out a little background of what is Toastmasters all about, because every one of us knows what Toastmaster is all about. And as the tabletop, as a Toastmaster of the evening, so I'm going to introduce to you our prepared speeches as well as our table topic master along with the individual evaluators as well. So, friends, are you ready?
Yes.
For our first speaker for this evening, this speech is what we call the icebreaker speech. Our speaker just joined a few weeks ago, and then she decided to deliver her first speech this evening. Friends, let's all welcome and to be evaluated by none other than our President, June Sakaya. Friends, fellow Toastmasters, let's put our hands together and welcome our first speaker tonight, icebreaker speech. Let's welcome Josie Perez.
If there is something that would best describe my life today, is in being happily married now. Don't ask me who's happy and who's married, because I say I'm very, very happy. Good evening, fellow Toastmasters. I'm Josephine Arenas, born March 19 during the feast of Saint Joseph, our patron saint in Batati, Ilocos Norte. That is why my parents named me Josephine. As far as I could remember, it is always a fiesta during my birthday, a day of merrymaking, a day where people in the streets greeting with a smile, and a day where friends and relatives pass by in the house and greet me good luck and happy birthday. Maybe that is why I grew up with such positive outlook in life. In our hometown, they called my mother Nanay Etang. I have two younger brothers named Joel, a police officer, and Joseph, a businessman. My father died 4 years ago. After graduating in elementary, my parents brought me to Manila to study high school. I was so close with my grandparents, so it is very difficult for me to be separated at my early age. I almost cry every night. But that's perhaps made me strong and independent. I was a young and attractive lady then, so I was easily accepted at Garment Master and Cinderella Marketing Corporation as sales clerk. Later, at SM Supermarket and at SM Supermarket as cashier. So I was a self-supporting at Polytechnic University of the Philippines with a course of Bachelor in Office Administration. So with my little savings, I was able to pay my tuition fee and as long as my two brothers. So I also endured working from 10 o'clock in the evening to 6 o'clock in the morning just to finish my study. And then after 4.5 years of hard work, sacrifice, and determination, I was able to get my degree in Bachelor in Office Administration, and I was easily accepted at National Kidney and Transplant Institute as National Kidney and Transplant Institute. I was assigned in billing section and eventually at executive office. Now, in my sleep, I often dreamt that I'm being chased. I thought all along that there is no perfect husband until I met Robinson. He is in good health, good in housekeeping, and good in following orders. I am the elder type who like to talk always, while he is the introvert type who prefer to listen than to talk. When he needs me, I'm immediately there. And when he's done, I'm still there. As you see, I gain weight because we love to eat and travel. He is from Kamiling Tarlac. That's why we both speak Ilocano. Last Christmas, since I am fond of fast things like fast cars and fast food, I asked him a thing that comes from 0 to 200 in a seconds. Then, he gave me a weighing scale to go the fast after is the best. Finally, a few months back, I was elected as officer of our employees cooperative. It was an unexpected victory for me, and I was happy and worried about the result because I'm happy because of the trust given by the members, and worried because of the presentations, reporting, and updates to the board of director that comes with the responsibility. That is why I searched for an organization that could help me to overcome my public speaking. And I'm glad that I found Metro Manila Toastmaster Club with its fantastic and exceptional cast of mentors and members. Here I'm staying. Good evening.
Wow, that was an amazing speech, isn't it?
Yes.
Fellow Toastmasters and friends, let's give her another round of applause. That's what you call icebreaker speech. That's how you deliver an icebreaker speech. And for our second speaker for tonight, and this is just tonight, we just know it's just tonight. He confirmed that he wants to deliver his basic speech project number 2. And the title of his speech is Focus. And he will be evaluated by our Vice President for Education, Glenda May Abad. Friends, fellow Toastmasters, let's all welcome Toastmaster Renil Panes.
Life is fast. In a single snap, everything can change. You could lose everything you ever known. You could fall out of love. You could be bankrupt. All have you ever known, your whole life could fall apart. When I was 8 years old, I used to love firecrackers. Every time before my dad picked me up at school, I would go to this tiny store. It's called AAA. This store holds almost everything. They had multiple items, from toys to goods to foods, even spiders. They sell spiders. And every time I buy 2-3 packs of piccolo, you know, the plastic that goes with the packs. And every time that my dad picks me up, I try to hide it from him. Because if he knew that all of his money, my allowance, I use it to buy firecrackers. The piccolo won't be the only one that gets the pop. My butt will also get the pop. Usually my dad and mom, after they left me at home, they would go on a date. And I would be all alone at home. And I did what every normal boy at my age did. Went upstairs, took my toys, and went outside to play with it. As a young boy, it gave me joy. Lighting it, throwing it, and watching it explode at the roof of the front of our house, just to scare and disturb the cat who always beat on my shoes. That was it. But other people might say na sadista ako, but I was a kid. But unfortunately, karma struck back really fast for me. As I was about to throw my 5th firecracker, it exploded into my hands. It wasn't that big of a deal, but I had a graze, and like any responsible adult, my mom and dad rushed me to the hospital. On my way to the hospital, I will never forget that day. The pain was excruciatingly painful. I can't help but to focus on the pain, and I kept telling myself, I'm gonna die, I wanna die. Then my dad held my hand and told me, son, you're not gonna die yet. You're gonna die at home. Kasi papalang kita. And it only made the pain worse. But out of nowhere, I felt a pinch. It was like a sudden breeze of comfort. All of the pain went away. I think it's because when I stopped focusing on the bad side of life, and I focused on the good side, even though at that time it was very limited. The pain went away, and I felt relief. Then I saw a shadow behind me. It was a nurse. I said, what are you doing there? And he replied, nilalagyan ko ba yung anesthesia, sir? So that's where the pain went away. Then fast forward, we got to the hospital. The doctor patched me up. We went home, and I've never touched a firecracker ever again. Although the pain was reduced by the anesthesia, I believe that it was because of my focus. I focused on the good side, so in return, I forgot the pain. It all comes down to focus. Whatever you want to achieve, whatever you want to feel, and whatever you want to accomplish, you will have it if you focus on one thing. If you focus on what you want to accomplish. Just like the famous story of David and Goliath. Now tell me, how can a monstrous giant whose shadow devours thousands of men behind him and whose voice made brave warriors tremble in fear be possibly beaten by a scrawny little shepherd boy? In comparing their size and their strength, David had a more chance of being struck by lightning twice than being able to defeat the giant. But David didn't saw it like anybody else. He saw it one notch deeper. He saw the weakness of Goliath that no one else was able to see, right in his forehead. So he focused on it. As Goliath was, he focused on the weakness. As Goliath was rampaging towards him, it didn't matter that all the odds were against him, or that his friends, his allies, were belittling him. What mattered was his goal, beating the crap out of that giant. So he focused. As Goliath was rampaging on David, he knelt down, picked 5 stones in the ground, put one in a slingshot, and swung it so fast you could hear it piercing the wind. And as Goliath was closing on David, he focused on his weakness. Got a deep and powerful breath and swung it with all of his might. The next thing you know, boom! Right in his forehead. The giant fell, and thousands of warriors began chanting Goliath's name, even the ones who belittled him. It goes to show that whatever you want to achieve, it really is in arm's reach if you focus on it. But David didn't use the natural gift that God has given him. He enhanced it with his focus. Well, focus, I highly doubt that he was able to do it. Do you want to know why? Ask me why.
Why?
Because if we want something bad enough, hard enough, our brains, our mind, will develop the steps on how to achieve it. It's all about the mindset. Whatever we want to go, wherever we want to achieve, it's inevitable that our minds will develop the path to what we want to do. Do you guys know who Jack Ma is?
Yes.
Jack Ma, the richest man in China, the founder of Alibaba. Now, he wasn't always that way. He became one of the most influential people in the whole world because he pursued his passion and he focused on his dreams. Something that no one else was able to do. Before he was a famous and highly successful entrepreneur, he was a simple man. He applied for a job at KFC. 24 people applied for the job. Only 23 got accepted. He was the only one who got rejected. Then after that, he applied for a police job. 4 people applied for the job. He was the only guy who didn't get accepted. But that didn't stop him. Instead of focusing on the bad side, on the negative side, on the things that are happening to him badly, he focused on the positive side. And now look at where he is. He's soaring through life. He's winning at the game of life. He's winning at everything. All because he focused on the one thing, on the one goal that he wanted to achieve, to have a greater life. Now, that is the true essence of how you want to achieve something. If you truly want it badly, you will get it. I always remember this quote from Napoleon Hill. Whatever the mind can conceive and believe, it can achieve. Good evening, Toastmasters.
Ang lamig ng kamay.
Parang it was beautiful. Hindi ko kulang ako sa
That was a wonderful speech. Mind you, brothers, friends, fellow Toastmasters, this is only Ramil's second basic speech. But while listening to him a while ago, I've noticed you touch other basic speeches. There are points there that you already tackled, basic speech 4, 5, up to 7. Research your topic. And for me, that was awesome speech that you delivered tonight. Isn't it?
Yes.
So we're not done yet. We still have 2 more speakers for this evening. Our third speaker joined Metro Manila Toastmasters Club about 5 weeks ago. And the first thing that I've heard from him is, Toastmaster RC, how long did you finish your basic speech 1 to 10?
That's the wrong person.
And then I replied,
Anybody else?
I replied, oh, I just completed it in just 2.5 months. Then, with an ominous face, he looked at me and said, I can challenge you! I can challenge you! And then, friends, fellow Toastmaster, what I just did was, I told him, challenge accepted. And now, fellow Toastmasters, this is now his speech project number 3. And the title is so interesting, and you're gonna love it. He will be evaluated by one of our mentors, our Devoneer Toastmaster, none other than Sir Toots de la Torre.
Kala ko si June din i-describe mo.
May bonus.
Fellow Toastmasters, the title of his speech, Don't Tell My Wife. The title of his speech, Don't Tell My Wife. Let's all give him a round of applause, Ivan Reyes.
Okay, before the timer starts, I just want to say a little bit of something first.
I want to acknowledge Sir EQ because we collaborated on this speech tonight. So we're doing. Is Tina also in? Did you go in? So one of the first speeches that I listened to in Toastmasters was his EQ speech, and his speech was so critical. So I said, you know what? I want to collaborate with this guy. And this guy said yes. So today, we're going to do a collaborative speech. We're going to talk about love stories for tonight.
Okay.
All right.
Time starts now.
Okay. As most of you might have known, I married my mortal enemy. But today is not the day that I will tell you that story. Today, I will tell you a different story. I will tell you a story that I have never told my wife. This is the only story that I have never told my wife. Hence the title, Please Don't Tell My Wife. This is the story of the first time I fell. When I was in high school, I liked chasing girls. I love the chase. I love the thrill of it. I love flirting with them. I like going after them. That was always my thing. Every Valentine's Day, I had a different day. That was something that fills my day. When I graduated high school, I was lucky enough to get into Ateneo de Manila University, college. So I told myself, Ivan, this is college, this is serious, no more distractions, let's be serious this time. And at that time, my family was having a lot of financial problems. Just to enroll your child in one of the most expensive schools is bordering on mere lunacy. Struggling middle class family should not do that. But they strive very hard. My parents strive very hard. And so I was there, first year of my college. I told myself, you know what? This is for my future. This is for my parents' sacrifice. Let's be serious. No girls this year. I never had a serious relationship though. I just like the chase. I just like the thrill. So for 1 year, I didn't go after any girl. I was very serious with my studies. I joined a couple of organizations, and I focused on my birthday. My birthday is on July 2. So I'm saying it to the organizers already. So maybe something, maybe a surprise can happen. So it's the start of the year. So at the start of the second year, I did pretty well on my first year. I passed all of my subjects. I was an officer in ROTC at that time. And on my other organization, they were also grooming me to be one of their officers in the future. So I did pretty well. So on my birthday, on the second year, I prayed to God. And I asked God, I'm doing fine. I think it's time for you to give me a girlfriend. Please give it to me as my birthday present. But God, I have some criteria. Number 1 criteria, Lord. Please do not give me somebody very, very, very beautiful. Somebody who is a heartthrob. I don't want somebody who is a heartthrob. Please don't give me somebody ugly. I want somebody middle pretty. Okay pretty. As heartthrobs are a pain in the neck. Second criteria. Lord, I am tired of chasing after women. Please give me a girlfriend that will chase after me. Lord, last criteria. Since I'm praying anyway, I give you already 2 criteria. Please give me the third criteria. Can you give me somebody who is incomplete? So that I could complete her and make her a better person. I want to fill in a hole in her. That didn't sound really right. Okay. So, on my birthday week, you spend your birthday week and you try to go out with a lot of friends. So I had a few coins on my pocket, probably about a couple of hundred pesos worth of coins. And I told two of my friends, I said, you know what, this is enough for a bucket of beer and an order of peanuts. So why don't we spend my birthday in a bar in Marikina Riverbank? Are you familiar with that? Yes. Bar in Marikina Riverbank. And it's just the three of us and let's have fun. My friends invited their girlfriends invited some of their friends, and all of a sudden it became a party. With my 200 pesos in my pocket. So I told them, guys, are you looking for help here? Because I can't spend, for them. But anyway, one of their girlfriends brought a girl, and I'll just give her, I'll tell the name. Don't tell my wife. I'll tell the name. So one of the girlfriends of my friends brought in the girl named Nina. And Nina was not a heartthrob. But Nina had a very clear face. She had a white complexion. She had beautiful deep-set almond eyes. She was middle pretty. She's almost sexy. You know what's almost sexy? She's not sexy. Little bit of here, but almost there. Almost sexy. Middle pretty. Sometimes God gives you exactly what you want. And then she told her friend, "Who is that? He's very cute." He said to his friend. I overheard it, but I wasn't paying attention. Really. So the friend said, "That's Ivan. It's his birthday. That's why we're here." Ah. So I enjoyed the party. Most of the time I was just talking with her. And we were having a great time. And suddenly, in the middle of the party, she said, "Ivan, would you like to take a walk in the park?" And I said, "Hey, it's raining. Are you sure you want to take a walk? I have an umbrella. Let's take a walk outside the park." So I grabbed her umbrella and we took a very, very movie-like romantic walk under the rain in riverbanks. It was just like the movies. It's just like how you imagine, how I imagined it. Beautiful scene, it's like straight from Hollywood. And in there, I asked her, "Are you single?" And then she said, "I came from a very abusive relationship. So yes, I am single." Sometimes God just gives you exactly what you prayed for. And there was a funny thing that happened after. So after the party, I took her to her cab, and she entered the cab very, very quickly. She told the cab driver to speed up, leaving the umbrella with me. So that means I have to return it to her, which means we have to see each other again. Oh my God, it was so romantic. I love that. I love that time of my life. The next few days that came after that was so magical. We would talk on the phone until wee hours of the night. I don't know if the youngsters understand this. Telephone, landline, we used that before. It's in your house. I'm sure it is there. We used that before. We talk until wee hours of the night, and then we'll just sleep for a while, and then when we wake up in the next morning, before we go to class, she studies in Miriam College, by the way. We would meet up in McDonald's, or we would meet up in Dunkin' Donuts, and we will have breakfast first. Then we will go to class, and inside the class we will text each other. After class, we will meet in the Friendship Bridge. It is a bridge in the middle of Ateneo and Miriam. But it's actually nothing romantic because the bridge is actually there, but it is over sewers. So it's always stinky there. But for me, and those lunches with her, That was the best lunches I had in college. So we'll go back to class, still text in class, and after class, we will meet up in the afternoon and go to the movies or go meet with our friends and spend the whole afternoon together. After that, we would go home, and just after dinner, we will call each other up again, spend wee hours of the night again, wake up the next morning, see each other in breakfast again, and just do it all over again. We did it for weeks. And it was just like in the movies. You know, exactly what I prayed for. After a few weeks of doing the same thing, I confidently wanted to ask her. So I talked to her very personally one time when we were alone. I talked to her and I said, Nina, can we be boyfriend and girlfriend? And she said, no, I'm not yet ready. I was shocked. I was confused. I was angry. I didn't understand. No, I just stopped myself. I wanted to say, no! We should be boyfriend and girlfriend. We've been doing that, what they do normally. No, I don't care if you're ready. I'm ready. I prayed for this. God damn it, I prayed for this. But I tried to relax. Tried to stand my ground. And I said, you know what, we're doing the same thing anyway. So why don't we become boyfriend or girlfriend? Or let's just be nothing at all. And then she said, no, Ivan, I'm not yet ready. I'm not looking for a boyfriend. I'm looking for a friend right now.
Friend zone.
Sometimes God gives you exactly what you prayed for. Since then, we never talked. It was the last day that we talked. 2 years after, I met the person who would be my wife. Back then, she was a heartthrob. My wife is very, very beautiful. Even right now, she's very, very beautiful. She's so beautiful. She looks 20 years younger. Huh? She's 30 years old right now, so she looks 10. She's very beautiful. She looks like a movie star. She was a heartthrob. Naturally, she didn't chase after me. I chased after her. But especially because she was my mortal enemy also at that point in time. But she gave me one of the most thrilling chases I've ever felt in my entire life. And when I met my wife, she's actually complete. She's not incomplete. And it actually made her a better partner for me. Because I didn't have to make her a better person. She made me a better person. Sometimes God gives you exactly what you prayed for, just to show you there's something better for you after. Thank you, everyone. I hope you have a great day. I look forward to EQ's speech.
Yeah, you did.
Thank you so much.
I was waiting. I was waiting.
Another round of applause to our speaker, Ivan Reyes. Again, Ivan, it's another interesting speech that you was able to deliver to us tonight. And for our last speaker, this person or this speaker tonight also once challenges me. However, he failed. But still, it's up to the challenge of completing his 10 basic speeches. His speech tonight is speech project number 5. And just to give you the the objective of this speech is your body speaks. Use stance, movement, gesture, facial expressions, and eye contact to achieve your speech purpose. So I will not take much of your time because I'm also excited to hear what this speaker is going to deliver tonight. And he will be evaluated again by our mentor, Toots De La Torre. The speech title is Luggage Counter. Fellow Toastmasters, let's all welcome Toastmaster EQ.
No mic.
They say that if you can make a woman laugh, you can make her do anything. But you know that's not quite true. You know why? Ask me why. Ask me.
Why?
Because they will never let you leave until they finish their shopping. Right? And and when they shop, they sometimes, well, most of the time, they will give you their bag, it's in here, their first item, the second item, no, it will fall. Then you have another third item, a fourth, a fifth, a sixth, until you become a living Christmas tree. And you will ask yourself, hey, so is it Christmas yet? But so many gifts here. But you know, even though that we are getting tired of being their luggage counters, their personal luggage counters, it feels like we are always looking forward to what would be the next moments with them. Sorry. It was last year. I courted someone at the office. She was this tall. No, that's just. And she was fair looking. And she's a jolly person. She always tells stories, another story, and after another story, another story. And I don't get bored. Anyway, also she has a beautiful voice. And I only courted her for 1 month. Just a month. And you know what's happening in that month? Even though it's just only 1 month, so many things have happened. Yeah. Want to hear what happened?
Sure.
One night. One evening. Yeah, one evening. When I was bringing her to her house, to her apartment. We went to a bank along Santa Mesa. Near Santa Mesa, SM Santa Mesa. Yeah. Then, it rained. First it was drizzle. Small, trickling drops of water. Then it so strong. The rain is so strong that we cannot even move forward because it's like someone spraying, hey, get up, like a book. Get up. It's like that. So we just stayed there and we just talked to each other. And it was a beautiful night. It was a beautiful night because talking is one of the best parts of a courtship for me. So we talked. And then we waited for the rain to become a little less strong. So when it calmed down a little, we walked. Then I was concerned because the water is ankle deep. So I asked her, is it okay? Do you want me to carry you? No. She reacted like hysterical because she doesn't want that. She's a reserved Filipino. So we just launched the water. We have no choice. Launched the water, we walked, walked, until it rained again. So we stopped again. And she was actually worried for me because she's near at her house and I'm still far away at her. So what happened was we waited for a jeep. So the jeeps now can now cross because it calmed down a little and then became a little strong again. So the jeeps can go now, can pass by. So there was this jeep, and then she walked first. Hey, go now, go. Because we don't want to be stranded. So she went. She went to those, you know what, when it's raining, there's little steps or rocks that you can tiptoe. And so you won't get wet. And what I did is I was looking at her. I was so amazed. I don't know why. I was literally just amazed. And then I launched the water. I thought there was a stone there, but I actually fell. Actually felt this height. No, actually, I'm exaggerating. This one, it's almost an knee deep.
Okay.
That deep. And I almost lost my balance. I was so scared. Maybe I'll swim. Or I don't want that because I'm getting close wet with dirt, with bugs and cockroaches. I don't want that. So I almost, and she actually saw that. She actually saw that. And I climbed fast in the jeep. And I sat. And she was still laughing. And I was embarrassed. I cannot say a thing. I was embarrassed. But you know that embarrassment was one of the loveliest embarrassments that I ever had. I will be embarrassed again. I will do that again. And then many things happened after that. I got her to her home, to her house, and then the next day I gave her letters, songs, speeches. You know, spoken word poetry, I gave her that.
Wow.
Then there was this time I thought we were going okay, and one day she just told me that she was choosing the other guy.
What?
Who courted her for 7 long months. How could I compete with this 1 month? So that's why in that month I tried it. You know, God, when you love someone, or when someone loves you, you get strength. But when you love someone, you get courage. And that's the courage that I had when I heard the news. If you let's stop this, I'm choosing that courage is so hard because I'm so angry. I'm so angry because why did you give him 7 months and I only just gave me 1 month? How could I prove myself? But she has her own choice. So I need to let her go. I need to have the courage to let her go. And when time went by, I still want to be with her. Here's her office mates. I see her. I see her. There's still that love. Even though it's actually unexplainable. When you love someone, even though they sacrificed you, she sacrificed me. That's why I'm holy. That's why I'm holy. My heart's full of oaths. Stop it. So many times. But even though it's very unexplainable, but there's nothing to explain. Because when one loves someone, one loves someone, there is no reason for love. They say when when you make a woman laugh, you can make her do anything. That's actually not true. Because when you make a woman laugh, you would do anything to make that smile stay. Good evening, Toastmasters, and let's love each other.
Wow! So fellow Toastmasters, the last two speakers, they're the one that I mentioned a while ago, that they spoke about collaborating such a speech, wherein they will talk about love. They will talk about how there was a young boy in college or in right now in his office who is really crazy, madly in love. But I just want to share with you before I go to the second part of our program tonight. If you want to win her, talk to me later. And I will teach you how to win her back.
May boyfriend na, sir. May boyfriend na.
I don't care. Hindi ko sila kasal.
Kahit kasal na.
Kahit kasal na.
Mas madali mo rin yung pagkakatali.
Yeah, seriously. Because a person who is really in love to that or to someone, he will gonna do everything until he will be able to get that yes. Later, we can talk about it. Okay, fellow Toastmasters, we're now done with our prepared speeches. And let's all give a round of applause to our four speakers. Our icebreaker speech is Josie, or Toastmaster Josie Arenas. Our second speaker is Toastmaster Remil, and our third speaker is our Toastmaster Ivan, and our last speaker, speech project number 5, is Toastmaster EQ. Congratulations. And now, we're now going to the most exciting part of this evening. This is what we call the table topic portion. Some say that this portion is the most feared portion of the entire Toastmaster. Ask me why.
Why?
Because they are afraid to be in front and be asked with an impromptu question. Every one of us, even the seasoned speakers, even our mentors, even our president, every one of us, we are sometimes afraid to be questioned, questions that we are not aware of. But you don't need to worry, because here in Toastmaster, we can prepare for those. That's why we have this kind of portion, wherein we teach how to answer those kind of questions. So to give us more of how to attack a table topic question, that we now welcome our President, June Sakayan. And by the way, be evaluated by our Vice President for Education, Glenda Abad.
Thank you, Mr. Toastmaster of the evening, RC. So, I am your Toastmaster, the table topic master for tonight. So, as we all know, and as was mentioned by our Toastmaster of the evening, this is the most awaited and feared portion of the meeting. Because this is the only speech where we deliver it without preparation at all. We are only given few seconds to prepare or answer. So this is just like the question and answer portion in a beauty pageant where you're being asked, and right then and there you will give your thoughts. Okay, so well, to make it easier, there are some ways to attack the table topic speech. So we have here proven techniques on how to attack the table topic. Number one is the prep, position, state the position, reason, example, and then you go back to the position. And then the second is SMG, where you tell a story, and then a message of your story, and then you share some games about your story. And then another one is prep method. So position, reason, example, and message. This is almost the same as the first one. And another technique is the PPF, past, present, future. So you can cite past experiences, future, and present and future experiences. And then another one is the AIDA, which is also very much applied in the marketing and in sales. This is the AIDA, attention. You create attention, and then interest from the audience, and then the desire. So in marketing, is desire to buy, and then the action. And then the last one is the PCS, or the pros and cons and your style about the topic. Okay, so without in the essence of time, since we started quite late, so I now go straight to our topics. May I call you Miguel? By the way, this is the month of May, so our theme is Flores de Mayo. And well, I think all of us are familiar with this festival, the Flores de Mayo season. So, Miguel, here's your question. Have you experienced being an escort in Flores de Mayo? How was the experience? And if not, how would you like to be one?
Evening for the Toastmasters.
Evening.
No, I haven't been an escort in the Flores de Mayo event. But if I would be an escort, I would love to be escorting a pretty lady, of course, and I don't know. I'm not that type of. I don't have the confidence to escort do the escorting of a girl, especially in those kind of events, because you know I'm shy and I'm not man enough to do that kind of thing. But you know, I will try because it's a girl. Every man loves to do that, especially when it's a what do you, what term did you use term sa mga yung magandang babae? Yung kanina.
Not so
Heartthrob.
Heartthrob. So, if I would be escorting a heartthrob, so why not? That's up to me.
Thank you, Miguel. You want to escort a heartthrob, huh?
Sila yung heartthrob, syempre. Di bang ayaw? Ayaw.
Okay, for our next question, Colina.
May lollipop.
Okay, here's your question. Share us your memories of Flores de Mayo as an audience or as a what you call it, Reina. Reina. When you were, that was during your teenager. When you were a teenager, share us your memories of Flores de Mayo as an audience or as a one wall.
Well, I've never been part of Flores de Mayo, either as an audience or as a contestant. But Flores de Mayo, when you come to think of that occasion, you're reminded about flowers, and you're reminded about the man and the woman together. And I get reminded of me being the queen of someone's heart.
I love story.
Let's give her 10 minutes.
Count na!
And this speech is tied with Ivan's and EQ's speech because I was not able to deliver. And it was all about the heartbreaks that we have experienced in the past. And I have had my share of it. Now, what I can say is that in the limited time that I'm given here in table topics, I've learned two important lessons about heartbreaks. One of the most important things that you should remember about it is that it always hurts because you fight to hold on and you also fight to let go.
Yeah.
But whatever happens, you do not go back to what broke you. You always have to move forward because again, God has planned a masterpiece life for you. And I think most of our Toastmasters members have met Paolo during our Christmas party. And Paolo's not the dad of Pia. He's my partner now. And I'm very happy that I cannot imagine that years ago, I would actually have to separate from the most wonderful man, which was Pia's dad. And now, live my life with another person. A wholly different person from the first one that I loved. And it's such an amazing experience because I realized that sometimes you have a blind spot for people you love. And it's only when you experience something as heartbreaking as what I've experienced that you realize that really you are in good hands when you trust God with all of your heart. Thank you.
Sakto.
Thank you.
Beautiful night, man. Beautiful night.
Beautiful, lovely night.
Grabe yun! Naramdaman ko yun! Bakit umupo ka na? Ano ka ba doon? Tapusin mo!
May dalalang
I should have given you 15 minutes.
Interesting.
Yeah. Of course, love is always an interesting topic. Well, I think almost all of the audience left have already their roles, but I have one or two more questions. If somebody wants to volunteer as the speaker for table topic, somebody? How about previous speakers?
Oh, sawa.
You want?
Yeah. Game.
You.
Plus the mayo.
Okay, here's your question. Recall any positive or negative experience during Flores de Mayo festival. What was that and why?
For my experience in the Flores de Mayo month of May, I did not become any part of any Flores de Mayo parades or become an escort or become a queen. Of course. What I experienced is that before Flores de Mayo, we would teach kids catechism. And those times were one of the most beautiful days in my life. Because I tend to teach children. Teach children how to get away from class. Hey, go play there. Don't listen to them. But just part of it. Because some of them is, the most special thing is that most of the kids there love me. Not their teachers who are so like, hey, stay here, learn the word of Christ and we'll teach you how. But I'm not like that. I'm like, how are you? Oh, what did you do? Okay. Then when they tell their stories to me, then I'll incorporate. Hey, you know, it's better if you do this. You know, God likes this. I think it's a more impactful way of teaching them. That's why kids love me. Because when they want to play outside, they go. And then when they go, they will ask, who let you out? And I always say to them, people will say, hey, let them get inside. And then get inside. Then I go. Then they come to me. So the Flores de Mayo, when we say Flores de Mayo, I remember those kids who are big right now and we still talk. It's very beautiful.
Thank you for sharing about the Flores de Mayo. My only experience during Flores de Mayo was father of arenas.
Oh, expensive.
It's fun because it drains my pocket and it's good because I want to see them in their best. So that was my experience as a father of the arenas. So back to you, Toastmaster of the evening, Archie.
Thank you so much, table topic master. Let's give him a round of applause. If I may also share, my experience
Flores de Mayo.
with Flores de Mayo. Not to brag about, when I was still young,
Escort.
I'm the most popular kid in our town. Yes, because all the reinas, they're the one who will get me to be their how do you call it? Constantino. They call it Constantino. Yeah, I wear like a prince, like a king. I have a crown, and I have a, what do you call it? Saster?
Staff.
The like the scepter. Yeah, scepter. I have those, and I love the popularity when I was a young boy, because who doesn't want that? Because as you mentioned, you want our heartthrob women, and I have all those. However, I'm only 7 or 8 years old back then, so I think I don't know yet the meaning of love by then. But all the men in our barrios are really jealous about me. Okay, so we're now going to our evaluation portion. Mind you, friends, fellow Toastmasters, especially our speakers, this is what is Toastmasters all about. This portion wherein you will hear an evaluation if you did the right way of delivering your speech, what are the strong and the weak points on your speech, and how you will be able to develop more on your upcoming speeches. This is what a Toastmaster is always looking forward to be evaluated. Because through evaluation, there is a way we can learn, and we will know on how we can better ourselves. So for our general evaluator this evening, may I now call on our distinguished Toastmaster, the handsome, the mentor, Toots Master, Toots de la Torre.
Thank you, RC. Okay, we had a wonderful first portion in our program tonight, and we shall receive feedback on how our evaluators saw the messages, the different messages of the people who participated in the first part of our program. Okay, the icebreaker. You know, I was about an hour ago, a little over an hour ago, I was there at the lobby of Il Padrino, and comes our icebreaker speaker. And she told me about how 2 mentors helped her develop her icebreaker speech. Now, what I am interested in is now how the individual evaluator of our icebreaker speaker, how he saw the icebreaker speech. And to do that we shall welcome with a warm round of applause the best president of Metro Manila Toastmasters Club this year. Let's give it up for President Jun Sakaya.
Thank you, Mr. General Convener. Toots. So, Toastmaster Yossi, congratulations. When I delivered my icebreaker speech, it was very far below what you have performed. Yeah. Number one, most speakers during their evaluation, icebreaker speech, they read the speeches, and you didn't read your speech. That's true. And you came here with a very confident, very confident, and you even have some amount of vocal variety, which is unexpected for a high school. That's really great. So you talk very confidently, and the speech was very organized, with some humor, with some humor. It is also unexpected for icebreaker speeches. Normally, icebreaker speeches are quite tense. It's quite plain, but you injected some humor in your speech. So you actually opened your speech about being happy birthday, which was actually your title. And you stated from the way you were born until almost every chapter of your life, until how you became a member of Toastmasters. So it was really an organized speech. It was evident that it was really prepared, very well prepared, and I think mentored. Am I right?
Yes.
So, and what I liked most was the injection of humor. You know, I'm not good in humor, and as of now, I'm on my last speech for humorous speech, but I cannot finish it. Only one speech more for that advanced speech, and I still get 5 times. And I'm not yet, I do not consider yet myself as, and yet, this early you have shown you're good in injecting humor. And another thing, you have a good eye contact. I noticed that you always look at me. Namuntik na akong may love.
Uy, pulis ang kapatid niya.
Ayaw nga.
She always look at me. So, that's why. Nahihiya na ako eh. Okay, so, well, congratulations again. I'm looking forward for your second speech.
Thank you, President Jun. Now, it's important for an evaluator, as he gives feedback to the evaluatee, for the evaluator to be able to motivate the speaker, in this case, Josie. Now, Josie, let me ask, this is your first time to deliver a speech and to be evaluated. How does it feel? I'll give the mic to you.
I feel flattered about the evaluation given by our respective president. I didn't expect that I achieved those because for me, I felt very nervous actually, and sometimes I stopped giving my speech because of that. But thank you very much. I am very motivated about your qualification, sir, and yes, I look forward to my next speech.
Yes.
Very good. See, well, President June, you were able to do the very essence of why you are an effective evaluator. You were able to motivate our icebreaker speaker, Josie. And I confirm the observations of our evaluator, Josie. I thought for a while when the first time I saw you, you were seated across me in the second floor, and my impression is that you're a very serious person. Okay. But then, President June was able to observe that you have some streak of funny bones in your skeleton. You were able to deliver some instances of you were able to elicit laughter from us. Yeah, especially the first one, Happily Married. Yeah. And what else? Yes, you mentioned that you want to hone your speaking skills because of your stint as an officer of your cooperative. And Toastmaster Josie, I must say that you are well on the road to becoming an effective public speaker. Okay, move on to your speech project number 2. And guys, ladies and gentlemen, let's give a big round of applause to our icebreaker speaker. And to her evaluator, President June. Very good. Now, our next speaker delivered speech project number 2, and there was a transformation experience that I realized that happened just a few moments ago, because I know that he was saying, oh, okay, I think I will deliver my speech next week because I'm not yet prepared. And then